song you were playing?
On the stream.
Today, you mean?
Yeah, today. Anyway, show started. Don't say anything stupid.
You want me to spoil your bitch calling?
No, you better not. Well, I mean, I
it.
already spoiled it. I talked about it earlier.
Oh, whatever, man.
Yeah, but I haven't said why specifically.
There's no reason.
What are you talking about?
You never need a reason.
Well, that's true. But there has to be some kind of logical reason, right? Some kind of purpose. So that shit's hella easy, huh?
I don't know. I'm just messing around with it. I can't seem to get, like... It's not that easy, but, you know.
Would you do it in tournament?
I would risk it for sure. Depending on if I would risk it if the combo was easy enough. I haven't found a combo like easy enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll do it all the time, you know?
Well, that means no to me.
Well, I mean that's because I haven't messed around with it yet. You know, not enough basically to know whether or not I found something that's super easy, you know? I mean, because it's not just like one combo, you know? There's tons of options to do it with.
I don't even know exactly how it works. You'll have to explain it.
That's what the show's for.
That's what the show's for, just to explain shit to me?
Yeah, it's TJ Garris 101, dude.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'll take that any day of the week.
You started yet?
Shut up.
We don't even know who's the third person on our show. He hasn't said anything.
I know. Did I do everything right?
No, are you streaming still?
I'm not even sure.
This is live.
Alright.
Are we gonna start anytime soon?
I like the song, alright? Shut up.
The song's gonna keep looping over and over, dude.
No, it's not.
Already-
Hold on, let me do the
muted.
fade out. Ooh, I should be a DJ. What's up, Internet? How's it going?
That wasn't even a fade out.
That was a sick fade out, wasn't it?
I didn't see it.
Well, you don't see a fade out, shithead. That's the problem. Anyway, it's Thursday. You're watching ATP Live, Internet. How's it going? I'm joined by Rixta. He's a usual guest. Now, Rip called in sick. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know where he's at, traveling the world, having jobs and shit. But as a sub, we got our second string, Beal. What's going on, brother? It's been a while. How you been?
Pretty good. Well, actually, I'm a little bit sick myself.
Oh, gross. Can I catch that over the internet?
Probably.
Yeah.
You can't catch
Especially
from one
if
leg.
Especially if it's Beal.
Yeah, I know. Beal has digital illnesses, I bet, for sure. Anyway, so yeah, this week has been kind of, lately has been kind of weird. You know, I'm waiting. The big event is coming, Strong Style. And as far as news, you know, it's kind of a little funky. We got a couple topics we want to talk about. And a few of them are pretty interesting to me. Where do you guys want to start? We got the Bob loop thing going on. We got a couple of issues with Street Fighter. What do you guys think? You want to start with Bob since you were already playing, you were practicing a minute ago, Ricky?
Yeah, we can do that. I don't really care.
Okay, so it was discovered, I believe, by KYSG, Deep Theater, that Bob has the ability to reset a juggle situation so that even though the game's practice mode doesn't show it as a true combo, it's inescapable. I don't know exactly how it works. Ricky, take it away.
Basically, if you do wall standing 2-1 in a combo with Bob, as not the launcher, but in like while they're getting juggled, there's a part when they land on the floor where they cannot tech, but you can still pick them up, and it will count as a reset combo. Now, you know, like there's still resets in this game, like you know, like if you do a bind and then you reset the combo, you can still continue the combo. You just can't do another bind because it doesn't bind anymore. Same thing happens in this sense, but because you can't tech, it makes it a true combo. So the reset is not really a reset combo. Well, it is a reset combo. It's just unescapable. So
the situation is that this move provides a specific type of stun that when they hit the floor. Go ahead.
It's the only move I think in the game I can think of that relaunches the characters in the air and have them land like that. It looks almost like they're getting bound again, you know, but not really.
Is that the same animation as Raven's back turn 3+4? I think it is.
No, because it launches them up like that. Jack's you know, raise the roof, and the little Julia, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They all knock him normally, like it's a regular launcher. But for Bob has a special animation on his. Like they kind of fly back, and it looks like they almost get bounded again, but not really.
And
Yeah, do
you've
you think
tried
it?
it. Go ahead, Beal.
Uh,
What was that?
yeah, do you think it's part of the property of how it floats them in sort of in the air with a flip when they hit them in the air after a bound?
I'm unsure about what just happened here, but maybe.
All right.
The answer is maybe. Damn, we got to get
X22
X22 bot on the case. We got to get Beal bot to translate. But yeah, it seems really specific, and I already personally thought that Bob was a really cheap character as it is, so this only makes it stronger. Do we know what kind of damage this can produce in the real world, and also do you think it's something that's actually going to happen in tournaments?
The infinite to me is not gonna happen because
You don't think so?
I mean, unless someone really wants to put enough time into it. But I think I read the Theater 10 when he was, he showed the infinite. I think he said it's a one frame. It's like a just
Wow.
frame, one frame.
Okay.
And that's not like like a Street Fighter Plink or something where even though it's one frame, it's not
Yeah.
really because you have a bunch of things where you can't do anything. This one's a true one frame. So I think people can try to do it, but each loop I think is what 18 damage. So
Yeah,
you're
it
not
looks
getting
like it.
much damage for each loop, and so there's so much like for you to kill a character basically without the launcher is 10 loops, right? 18
Okay.
damage times 10, 180.
Okay.
So you have to do that just frame 10 times.
10 times.
And that's so ridiculous, right? When you can just do it once with like a normal reset and get maybe 100 damage. So that's way more worth it in my opinion. And I think that is definitely worth people practicing.
So there's a way to basically extend your combo for an additional 18 points with a one frame just frame is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, kind of, yeah.
More or less. Because in Tekken, one frame just frames a lot of the time are a lot harder than one frame just frames in Street Fighter. Because, I mean, to me at least, a one frame link is not the same thing necessarily as a one frame just frame. Because a one frame link is linked between two things. So you can actually use the recovery of the previous thing to guide you or aid you in the execution of the next thing. But in Tekken, a lot of the time, like for example, I did a video on the bug where you get a double bound with Ling Xiaoyu. I did a video on that bug, and I don't have any kind of programmable sticks or tool assisted stuff, so I had to do that manually, and that is a bitch. I
Yeah.
mean, doing a one frame, the way that works is you do Ling's what is it, down back 3 or down back 4, the move where it does no damage.
Yeah.
You do that at the same time as a move that's hitting. So this is a system-wide bug. You can do it with any move that does no damage. If you connect it at the same exact frame, it becomes like weird. They do weird moves. They start floating around and ragdolling. It's a bug in the game. And that type of one frame, just frame in this game is just super fucking hard. So I thought that it might be something like that where, Deep Theater, he uses tool-assisted shit. So I thought it was a cool discovery, but it was going to be something that no one's going to be able to do. But from what I'm hearing, and even from you, you're saying it's very doable. Is that right?
Not the infinite. I think the infinite is not because it's a lot. Even though he says one frame, you have to remember you have to add in a dash too. So there's a dash, a down jab to hit at the right time. You gotta do Lost into one, a dash, down jab. There's so many
Yeah.
parts for you to mess it up that I don't think it's worth it, especially just for 18 damage. But if you were to do, like say, like the one everyone sees most likely is something like, launcher with like Christie or whatever, right? Something bound, tag assault into Bob. Bob does while standing 2-1, and then Christie does quarter circle forward 3, the little while rising 3 kick, and it'll hit him on the ground and reset the combo. And then she gets a full combo basically right from there. So it's almost like all the damage that you got from the beginning is bonus damage basically.
Is that what you were talking about earlier, Beal?
Yeah, actually got the video right here for
Let me
chat.
see that shit. I'll show it.
And yeah, well, I want to talk about the Street Fighter links as well. They're actually easier because there are techniques to make it easier, like plinking.
Even
I'm
if
wondering-
you don't use the plinking technique, it's still easier because it's like a rhythm-based technique. It's a guide.
Right. Very very timing based.
Yeah, like even in CVS2, as far as I know, there is no plinking. That does not exist. However, there are one-frame links in that game, and those types of one-frame links are definitely easier, in my opinion, at least. Oh, it's who made this? McGoonin?
Yeah, I think he was the one that originally found it.
Is that right? I'm not
Yeah.
even subscribed to this guy. I'm gonna subscribe. Cool. That guy just got a sub. So this is the bug, huh? Basically, when they're landing from Bob's while standing 2-1, you can't tech, but you can still reset if you time it correctly, huh? That's basically the gist.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks crazy.
I mean, and so basically, as long as you have a secondary character with Bob that can pick up off the ground easily,
Mm-hmm.
then it just becomes a timing issue. But as soon as you get the timing down, I think it's, definitely worth it.
Wow, oh, she turns around. I was just gonna say it works on their back too, but she just dashed under to do a, turnaround. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's super. People are definitely saying like, it could be game breaking,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see it happening because it is pretty cheap, especially because like I was messing around with Bob Nina, and normally like the max damage I've gotten off of Bob's forward 1+2 throw is maybe 60 damage.
Right.
But I think that plus, if you're able to find like the way, how you can get the extra 30 damage if you like bound them right when they hit the ground or something, you can easily get 100 plus off of that throw.
So just for the people who don't understand what you're talking about, there's another bug with Bob where if you do that throw and time the follow-up attack as they fall, you get the damage of them hitting the ground as well as your follow-up attack. So you get bonus damage if you time that first attack off of the throw. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob's a bitch. Is that right?
Yes, definitely. And I'm hella gonna try to take advantage of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't tried it myself, and I'm very particular about tournament combos. But I don't know. This might be something that's worth it, especially if it's something where you could do a full combo and almost use it like Okazemi. Like, I don't know. I have to tinker with it myself, and I can't.
Do you know
bring
if
myself
Slim
to.
Bob can do this as well?
Oh, good question.
I'm pretty sure Slim Bob can because I think his Wall Standing 2-1 has the same properties as Bob's.
Really?
The
Same
Infinite,
range and everything?
probably not the same range. I think that's why the Infinite with Slim Bob, if he can do it, it's probably a lot harder, or like it would eventually drop out. Like Bob's drops out, I think, after a while.
So
I
it's
would
not
assume-
actually a true Infinite, is what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched I think Theater 10 do it, and he just keeps doing it until they drop out, and I don't know, I don't really remember how many loops he did, but it's a lot. So
I mean, if you ask me, if it kills the enemy and you're doing it with a loop, that's an infinite in my book.
Yeah.
If it kills them, if it's not like an infinite, like in terms of practice mode, I don't really give a shit about that. If you can't do
Yeah.
it forever, but if you do it enough to kill them, that counts as an infinite in my book. Unless you want to be a stickler, in which case, go ahead.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Are we thinking that this could be the tip of the iceberg here, or do we think that that's it? Like, could this exist anywhere else? Could this be like, ooh, we're starting to really uncover the secrets of the system?
I mean, if they want to mess around with like, because that particular animation, the Wall Standing 2-1 in a juggle, didn't exist in Tekken 6. As far as I remember, I don't think it did. So
I don't remember either.
yeah, because I mean, I never really used it in Tekken 6 as a combo filler, But in Tekken, it's like in Tag 2, if there's anything else, I was trying to think if there's anything else that does that animation, and I don't think anything else does. So
I think
I
the
mean,
chat would know more than anyone. If you guys can think of any moves that do that, throw it out there, test it out.
yeah. But I mean, basically, if there's any weird animations like that only exist in Tag 2, maybe something like that happens. It's just a lot of I mean, this game is so deep in terms of like characters and the system that
Possibilities,
yeah, like I'm surprised it took this long for people to find out.
That's what I was just gonna say. I feel like this game is not popular enough to ever reach like the exploration that it needs. This game's never gonna get explored the way it should because it's too deep and it has too few people playing it and trying to break it. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I feel like the combo system is even deeper than we know, and things like this probably exist. Usually when there's a situation like this in a game, it's very rare that it only is doable with one character. So I don't know. It's an idea I think people are definitely gonna mess with. I'm sure the whole KYSG team is on the case as we speak. I know they get amped up when new shit gets discovered and put out like 10 videos. I remember when the double the jab tag assault thing was discovered with Jinpachi. You know how he could
Oh
jab?
yeah.
Man, they put out some wild shit with fireballs and all kinds of shit after that. So,
I mean,
I
they're,
don't know.
they're doing it with item moves too. It's like jab, item,
Yeah.
crazy item moves, and does like tons of damage or no damage. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Have you seen the setups for the chickens that Bruce
Oh, the
has?
yeah.
Bruce chicken setup. So you drop the combo and send out the chicken item move, which is a low, and hit with a
Oh, yeah.
mid at the same time. Shit's fucked up, man. But of course, item moves are banned in America, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're still on the Tekken train. Why don't we talk about the Arab character? I put a video out on my YouTube channel if you guys are interested in what I think, but I'll graze the issue. But what do you guys think? Beal, you go ahead. What do you think about the Arab character in Tekken? I know you're very particular about things like this.
I think it's amazing that they're reaching out to the Arab community, and Harada on Twitter is actually tweeting out stuff in Arabic.
Wow. I
Yeah,
did not know that.
he's doing his research. He knows the names of all the little different parts of the uniform.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool.
But the general consensus so far is that it looks too fantasy style-ish, Assassin's Creed style-ish. So they're probably gonna tone it down a little bit from the whole stereotypical look of it right now.
Yeah. What do you think, Ricky?
First off, if it's too fantasy-ish, then just go real life. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? We're playing a fucking fighting game in a fantasy world where bears
Damn. Attack?
bears and kangaroos are doing this, dude. Let them be as crazy looking as possible. That's all I mean, that's dope to me.
So you
Um,
like
Do
him?
you want more Lars? Is that what you want?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? I mean, Lars
Yeah.
looks whack, but who cares? You know?
You want him to look whack. I don't think he looks whack at all. To be
I
honest.
actually no. That's the thing. When I saw the concept art, I thought it looked cool. You know, I mean, I was like, I probably won't play him, but at least he looks cool. You know.
I honestly feel like when I saw that, that's like a character I would play. That looks like a character I would play because, it's like he looks cool. He's going to be new. The thing about him is that I felt like he doesn't necessarily really fit into the game. Like, he looks cool. I would use him, but I don't know. He just doesn't quite fit into Tekken to me. I guess I'd have to see the art direction of Tekken 7 to even know if he fits. Maybe they're going to go in a whole new direction. I mean, if
Yeah.
you look at Mortal Kombat, right? When Mortal Kombat 9 came out and now Mortal Kombat 10, it's clear that a character from Mortal Kombat 9 would not fit in Mortal Kombat 10 because it's clearly like a darker, more mature art direction. So, yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe the whole direction of the way Tekken 7 will look will change, and maybe it will head in this direction where he will fit into the game more than I'm seeing it right now.
Well, the thing with all the weapons and the stuff, it makes him look like with the traditional garb, it makes him look like a Soul Calibur character.
right,
And we've
I mean,
seen a lot of new Soul Calibur characters that don't look like they really fit, like Patroclus and stuff.
you think Patroclus doesn't fit? I think he fits just fine. Sword and shield. He looks kind of weird with his hand up in the air, like his
Yeah.
stance. But I don't know. I'm pretty.
I mean, he of course he fits in. He's in the game like 7 times. He's a character in like he's every character in that game. Of course
Who?
he fits.
Patroclus? Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Orochi Furha. There's like a million Patrocluses.
That game
I don't know.
sucks.
Yeah, I can get behind that. But for me, I don't know. He looks cool. I'm interested in using him, and I think one thing people are kind of ignoring is even though the character is not really confirmed, at this point you can sure as fuck guarantee that there will be an Arab character in the game like that. So even though it's kind of like a concept art and people aren't too really amped up about it, I think I'm kind of like Ricky. I don't really give a fuck what they settle with. I want them to listen to the Arab community. I want them to, not piss anyone off by accidentally putting Allah under his shoe or something. I want them to do that kind of research. But we can guarantee that this character will come out. There will be an Arab character. He's going to have a new, interesting, unique fighting style. And there's so much spotlight on him that I think this character will probably be very carefully designed and fleshed out. So
Yeah, wasn't it the Saudi community that they really offended with the stage and tag 2?
I don't really know who exactly it was. I just know that, you know,
They fucked up by putting something that something they shouldn't have, like
Yeah, it
text
was
wise.
Religious text.
it
Yeah.
said Allah, I think, and it was written on the floor. So
Yeah.
I mean that's offensive. It makes sense, you know. They think
Stepping on
that's
'em.
offensive. That's a fuck up. That's a
Yeah.
fuck up by
So I
you
I
know.
think Harada was like, all right, let's not fuck this one up.
Right,
at least,
exactly. It's clear to me that they realize that they're Japanese and they don't know what they're doing. If they Google an image, they can't just be like, "All right, that's good. Put it on the floor." You know, they got to do a little bit more research and make sure that they don't piss anyone off. It makes sense to me. So that's cool. But either way, the most exciting thing about that to me is that we're gonna get a brand new character. It's gonna be, you know, a brand new style. I don't even know what style that could be. People are talking about different fighting styles that are like Arab-based fighting styles. I don't even know. Either way, shit's tight. I can't wait to jump around in Agrabah and fuck people up.
Oh, speaking of putting stuff on the floor, do you hear about the thing about I believe was it Tekken 1?
Oh yeah. I made a video talking about that too. Go on.
But yeah, let me post the image in chat. So in one of the early Tekkens, they actually did have that Heihachi
That is
X
the
Kazumi
smallest picture
ele-
ever, dude.
That's
How
the
am I
best I can
supposed to
find
see
right now.
this? How can I see that?
Here, it's right here. I'm sure someone put
sure
it up.
Aries can find a bigger image, I guess.
Oh, maybe nobody put it up. I made a video about it, but it's basically that love umbrella
Yeah.
that
That's from Tekken 2.
from Tekken 2, and the thing is that the Tekken 2 version has numbers on top of it. I think it's someone mentioned in a YouTube video that it could be the date. I don't know when Tekken 2 came out, but I think I think it was 5691. The numbers 5691 are above the love umbrella that says Heihachi and Kazumi in the old game. So I don't know when Tekken 2 came out or when Tekken 1 came out, but 5691 is carved on top
How
of
is
that
that the
version.
date of anything?
5691.
The PlayStation, Tekken did not come out in 91.
I don't know. Did it? When did Tekken 1 come out?
That shit came out like 94 maybe? Alright, Google right now, Tekken 1.
I don't know when it
Boom.
came out.
Look at this
You tell
shit.
me.
This shit came out, hold on, load, 94.
Damn. So what the hell is 5691?
The last 4 digits of his phone
Social
number?
security number? That's the last 4 of Heihachi's social? That's pretty tight. 5691. You can't forget that, dude. Important, man. He's got a lot of bills to pay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a throwback. I don't know if that's saying that that's the same temple, which is what I think it probably means. I also don't know what the deal is with that. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, it's kind of cool that that's like a find. That's like a little Easter egg they put in, and they waited for the scene to kind of catch it. So it's pretty cool. I like that idea. Also, another thing I noticed about the Tekken 7 trailer, which I talked about in the video I made, is in Heihachi's eye, like when it zooms in to his eye, it shows him looking at Kazuya, and then he transforms into Devil. But before that clip ends, Devil transforms into a female-looking Devil. So that could be Devil Kazumi. Who knows? I don't know what that's all about. But that seemed also like a little Easter egg in the trailer that a lot of people didn't catch,
Yeah,
including
that's
myself.
probably Devil Kazumi because he's basically remembering her when he had to fight her and kill her.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know what the deal is, but it sounds good to me. Either way. They also made hints at the guy in the doorway perhaps not being who you think. I don't know what that means, but who the fuck could that be? I don't know who that is. Maybe it's a new character. Maybe it's our new Arab hero, you know? We'll see. Either way, there are other things that I wanted to talk about. I don't know the full story here. I heard that Super Arcade got sponsored by some kind of computer company. Do you guys
Alien.
have details on that?
I don't know if they got sponsored officially, but they should be using Alienware computers for Wednesday Night Fights for Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Now, to me, that sounds real weird. Like, I know the way things went. I worked at Super Arcade for 2 years. I don't know how they're going to upkeep fucking a bunch of PCs. I used to leave my arcade sticks there so that customers could play because they didn't have house arcade sticks for PS3. And my fucking arcade sticks just got destroyed. Destroyed. I mean, they don't even look good anymore. They just look like they've just been
Sanford Kelly threw 'em?
garbage disposal, you know? So I don't see how they're gonna upkeep those computers. But are there any? There must be really big downsides to this. I heard that Street Fighter 4 has tons of bugs on PC. Beal, you were telling me about it. Go ahead. Sweet. Beal.
Damn, he's frozen.
No, he disappeared.
Damn.
All right, Ricky, you're gonna have to take it away.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
Ricky,
gonna-
saw you.
Oh shit,
Whoa.
Beal's still there.
But of course I'm still here.
Well, why is your camera not working?
What is it not working?
It's
Anymore?
not working.
Yes, it's not working anymore.
You froze up, and now you look like whatever. There you go.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
thinking. It's thinking about it. Okay,
Skype.
Bill, what are the problems with the PC version? That sounds like a terrible idea coming from someone who's ran tournaments before and
Right.
knows, even though, I mean, these guys have Xboxes at Super Arcade, tons of them, and it still takes hours and hours to run tournaments. So there must be hidden downsides. What do you say, Bill?
Well, the pros is that they don't need to switch controllers between Xbox and PS3. They would both work on PC. The cons is that there are multiple glitches. Like even with the recent patch, let me post a link to this glitch. You guys can watch it. It shows that Capcom didn't really do a lot of testing. At least they didn't do a lot of fixing on this game. That glitch is just all you have to do is do a regular SPD with Hugo, and he turns into Rixta.
That sounds tight.
Good
Yeah.
one.
Is it not a good one?
I don't know.
I didn't watch the video. Should I watch it? Let's watch it.
You can watch it if you want. Just put it on mute, I guess, in case there's music. But yeah, he basically just shrinks into a little.
Whoa. That is not a good joke, first of all. But what the hell is that? He's got Hakan's arms?
Khan's arms.
That looks
Oh damn,
dope.
he does have a. He turns into Goro, dude.
Hakan Goro? Alright, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds like a big problem. I personally hate it when there is a version of a game that is shitty. And if this is a shitty version of the game, I can imagine the people who are serious competitors for Street Fighter are going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah, and there's also other glitches in that game as well. There's a glitch where if you set the frame rate to smooth, there's combos that would work where it doesn't work if it's regular frame rate.
Wow.
And of course, the PC netcode is booty butt cheeks.
Where did you learn that from? I don't want you hanging out with those kids anymore, Beal.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Yeah, the netcode, the way it works is that you know when you try to connect to a match, it's constantly ping all the people on the list and trying to find the connection quality,
Okay.
like if it's green bar or red bar. When you're in a match, it's still doing that.
Oh, I heard about that too, but that doesn't necessarily even have anything to do with Super Arcade, right? And tournaments?
Nope.
Yeah, that shouldn't.
Okay, well, who cares about that?
Well, I can tell you the cons of like Super Arcade doing something like this.
Yeah, you've ran tournaments too. There must be problems. Go
Well,
ahead.
not problems necessarily with the PC. Like the PC being the console. Like to me, that's no big deal. The main issue for me is like people playing on PC at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone runs the same settings because not everyone's PC is the same.
Yeah.
Unlike the Xbox. Xbox, everyone has the same Xbox, same whatever the monitor is or whatever. But the Xbox can only run one setting basically, right?
Yeah.
The PC, there's so many different options. Resolution.
Yeah.
Beal said the frame rate you can do smooth or whatever, and so these kind of things can like really like fuck with the player, especially like if a player can't play the game on the highest quality. Like Beal's computer, he can only play that game on like 2 frames per second, no backgrounds, all special particles taken off. Everything sucks. So it looks
Everything
like-
sucks.
Yeah, it looks
Woody
so.
butt
Not
cheeks.
only does it look like crap, but it's like that's the only way he can play it on PC, right? So if he goes to Super Arcade now and then plays it and then sees all these fucking particles flying around in a background,
gonna barf.
He's gonna be he's gonna like, what the hell's like? It's gonna be so distracting because it's not the same game he's playing, But at the same time, it's like Street Fighter 4 is not really all that graphically intensive. So unless you have like a Beal computer, you should be able to run it decently. I mean, the game's been out since 2008,
Right.
So nothing's too different. So I feel like most computers should be able to run it. And even if you do, and if you don't play it on a computer, just play it on a PS3 or Xbox, should be just the same. It's just you just have to hope that the settings for the PC version can match. Pretty much the PC or no, the
Console
Xbox or
version.
PS3.
Console.
Yeah, you want those to match pretty much like perfectly, so that you don't feel like you have a problem there.
But dude, this could be to me, this could be a major issue because if, let's say, they do quote unquote match the Xbox, however you do that in terms of settings, who knows if under those conditions on PC, there's a bug. You know, like even in Dark Souls 2, the PC version has a bug that's related to it running at 60 frames per second, in which after you kill an enemy, if you swing at them again, it takes away a shitload of durability from your weapon. It's a known bug, and it's been linked to the difference in frame rate between the console version and the PC version. And the game has been patched multiple times, but that has not been fixed. So that tells me that this is something really difficult to fix. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe this could be a catastrophic problem. I don't really care about it that much because I don't really play Street Fighter 4 as a competitor. But first of all, if I did, I most certainly would care. Secondly, if this is a long-term thing where Alienware is going to kind of be a supporter of Super Arcade and provide computers for them, Tekken 7 is also coming out on PC. This could be something that we have to deal with in the future as well. What if tournaments for Tekken 7 are ran on PC? What if PC Master Race is the future, right? So this could be a problem we're facing, especially considering Tekken has never been on PC. So never being on PC tells me that there's more potential for fuck-ups than if they have been on PC. And Street Fighter 4 has been on PC and there's fuck-ups. So, you know, this all could be bad news, you know?
Yeah, the scary thing is that the games for Windows Live version of Street Fighter had less issues than the Steam version of Street Fighter.
Really? That's even more peculiar.
You know, I think the main issue with this though is the fact that the game itself started as a console game, you know,
Yeah.
and then they ported it over to PC. So I think going PC to console, I think is probably
Safer.
easier because then you know what the limits are, and then you can throw it over there while still keeping the PC version, as like the true version almost,
Yeah, they've already
Um,
confirmed that they're developing it for PC from the ground up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This is something that we'll have to wait and see in the future. It's definitely a little bit of a concern for me because I was recently talking about consoles in general, and no matter how good PC is in comparison to console, I mean, I got a first-hand, I got a perfect like example of this recently. All this time people have been telling me PC's way better, fuck console. And I don't necessarily feel like fuck console is the way to go, but dude, Dark Souls is crazy. On PC, it just takes a dump on the console version. So I wouldn't necessarily want that to happen for a fighting game. I think it would suck if the console version is not able to reach the levels of smoothness as the PC version, and we have to play on the console version because, I don't know. And then there's an arcade version too. This is all going to be weird. What's going to be the master version of Tekken 7?
Who knows?
I
That's
mean,
the,
usually
that's
when they
definitely
develop for PC for Microsoft really as a platform, and then they usually port it over to the PS platform. But this might be different if it's next gen.
Yeah, I mean, chances are it's not going to be multi-release. I highly doubt they'll do PS3 and Xbox 360 version of Tekken 7. I think
Yeah.
if they do that, it cheapens the game. I think it makes the game seem less like a real next-gen game, But that's my opinion. Like, for example, the newest Call of Duty, not that I give a fuck, but the fact that it's on, like, every console, PS3, 4, it's on Game Virtual Boy and, Atari Lynx and shit, it really cheapens the game to me as an overall game. They were just like, fuck it, put it on everything,
you don't like Mortal Kombat being on Game Gear and Game Boy.
No, I don't like that shit. I like that shit to be... I prefer over anything for it to be console exclusive because it really makes the game feel like something special. But if it's not going to be console exclusive, at least do it on the newest, dopest shit because it really adds value to the game, in my opinion. So, I don't know. We'll see. These are all like speculations and stuff, but I definitely was concerned when I heard about the whole idea of Super Arcade running Wednesday Night Fights for Street Fighter 4. I mean, let's face it. Wednesday Night Fights has got to be the biggest weekly fighting game event. I mean, as big as
Easy.
Spooky and, Big 2 and all that stuff is, and at most of the time in terms of Street Fighter, I think Big 2 is way more entertaining than Wednesday Night Fights. We don't have all those clowns running around with no shirts on like Driftwood and all those Mickey Mouse operations going on. And we get Sanford throwing shit around and, breaking stuff. I love it, But The thing is, it's a pretty huge deal in terms of popularity and stuff like that. So if they start the movement of tournaments on PC, there's a chance that it could become a thing. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
for
also the
sure.
crazy thing is that Wednesday Night Fights was just named as a Capcom Pro Tour tournament.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal. This is all a big deal. If it's a big deal, because if they do PC and it's the biggest tournament of the week and it works out and everyone goes, okay, PC is the new shit. I don't know. That's super weird. If I were a Street Fighter player, I'd be pissed. I mean, if Evo's not gonna be ran on PCs, why the fuck would I even want to enter any tournaments? No majors are gonna be ran on PC, right?
I mean, they're just basing it on the fact that the PC version hopefully is not going to be that much different from the console version, you know. And I mean, outside of you got some weird, funky glitches, but I don't know how much of that is truly like gameplay breaking yet, because I haven't really kept up with it. But
Right.
I would assume, but I mean, there's enough out there, that people are talking about it. So I think Capcom would, if Capcom's putting their like, like, all right, we're gonna support this tournament and it's on PC, then I think they're gonna know, like, all right, we need to fix it as well, or else, people are gonna be super pissed at us, or at least you'd hope that they would think that.
Yeah,
So,
that's the way it seems to me. What do you think, Beal? You think it's bad times for the future of tournaments?
Well, it's should be good if people don't want to deal with converters or weird stick issues.
I feel like there's no issue. Like, what's the stick issue?
Well, there's at least for the NRS games, they kind of are getting pissed between the Xbox and PS3
Oh.
versions. That whole drama.
Well, that's a unique issue because for some reason NRS games just feel right on a PlayStation Pad. So a lot of people want to use PlayStation Pad and they can't on Xbox, which
well,
is
this is still a problem then with Street Fighter, because
wait a
people
minute, but
like
you can use a PlayStation Pad on PC. I use it all the time.
no, exactly, but you can't use it on Xbox unless with a converter. So people out there like have to fucking untangle a shitload of cords just to be able to plug their PS3 or PS2 controller into an Xbox. So that becomes an issue as well.
That's true. Also, if you want to use a PlayStation Pad on PC, you have to do these steps. I watched a YouTube tutorial for it. It's not hard, but it's not easy. And considering how Super Arcade at times would struggle to update a system in time, I can imagine them not being in the mood to apply this mod or whatever to your PC to use pads. So I don't know. The whole idea seems odd, but only because it's totally new. I've never heard of a fighting game tournament being ran on PC.
Yeah, I can see a lot of problems with logistics. PCs are usually, the case towers are bigger and heavier than consoles. They gotta plug in a lot more, I
Yeah.
guess, wires in the back and stuff. Use up a lot more power as well. So that place is gonna get warm if there's no air circulation in there.
Boy. Well, was a new AC a part of the Kickstarter? I doubt it.
I hope so.
Unlikely.
But yeah, there's also the issues with performance. If it's not all the same parts, there might be issues with like I said, the frame rate issue.
Yeah.
There could be some weird effect that we don't even know about, depending on which driver they use, which hardware
Yeah.
they use.
I wouldn't be happy. I'm going to be honest. If it were me, I wouldn't be happy about that. The biggest reason being that there are a lot of variables. I mean, what are you even playing? What anti-aliasing is off, so I can't hit this combo. Like, what? I don't even know what the potential is.
Well, that was the thing. Frank Shinjin, he tweeted out the settings, and he's like, "These are the settings we're going to be using at Wednesday Night Fights." So he basically like tried to show everyone like, all right, if you want to practice at home on your PC, use these settings. 'Cause those are the settings we're going to be using. And so I think if it becomes a community standard, then eventually that just becomes part of like the rule set. Like 2 out of 3 rounds. VSync off, resolution 1080p, all this kind of shit. It's gonna be. I mean, it's obviously it's more difficult, but it's just I think it's a good experiment in a sense. I mean,
Yeah, I agree with that.
and the main thing for me is like especially for Tekken 7, like if that game like really pushes the limit of like the graphics and all of that, like I don't know how many people are actually going to be able to play the game, at its highest quality on
Right.
PC, And I would assume, or I would hope that if I had to go to a tournament that has PC, I would want that PC to run it, at the best, the
Of course.
console level, right, or the best possible way.
Yeah.
And just because of that, right there, like so if it's me versus Beal, we're gonna be arguing over whether or not we want electrics to look like electrics or not, because his shit, he can't even see an electric on his shit, whereas mine, it's like perfectly
So
clear.
before
right?
the match, we got to do a rock paper scissors for settings.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
I mean, that's the main thing about PCs. It's just like like in terms of like any other PC game, like StarCraft or League of Legends, a PC tournament or a LAN, like everyone has their own PC, so they can change the settings to their liking. Whatever shitty things they want
Yeah.
to do. But in this, two people have to share one computer, and right there, and computers already have so many different variables that it's like already a problem before
That's
you
for
start.
sure, right? Two people are going to share one computer. There isn't going to be some kind of LAN connection between two computers where each person gets an independent one, right?
I
Should
pretty
probably
sure
should
that's
be one
not.
computer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about it. In fact, I was going to ask about competitive tournaments for things like StarCraft because these same problems could be an issue, but I guess not because of the LAN thing, right?
But
Yeah,
I
because
think
everyone has their own PC, so they can do whatever they want to it.
Huh. What were you going to say, Beal?
But think of the whole competitive aspect of it. There's also one big benefit of having multiple PCs. Each
Okay.
individual PC can actually stream. So when you're playing at a tournament, each match can be recorded to its own archive. And
Huh.
people can pick and choose which match they want to watch.
Is that, you think, what they're getting at? That might be crazy. You know how they do, like, some streams I've seen in the past, I forget what they're called, but they have cameras, and you can pick which camera you want to watch as your, screen. So what if
Yeah.
they had Wednesday Night Fights as, like, a hub, and then you can pick what matches you want to watch? That could be sick. See what I mean? I knew there would be unforeseen pros and cons. That could be a great idea.
Yeah, I mean that would probably take up a shitload of bandwidth. But
Yeah.
if they have the means to, or maybe not even just, maybe they don't even have to stream it. Maybe they just have to
Capture?
capture it and then stream it later.
Well, I mean, they already have enough bandwidth to stream multiple tournaments like Injustice and Tekken. So all they have to do is kick out Injustice and Tekken.
Right. That sounds
what
good.
do we need a stream for?
Man, I can't wait for them to start back up next week, right? Next Wednesday, I heard is gonna be Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah, I think Watson still hasn't had all the furniture and stuff come in yet.
I heard
He's
about
waiting
that.
for a bunch of things, but I think they're just getting anxious. They're getting tired of waiting, and they're just like, let's just do what we can right now.
Well, it's not even just about tired of waiting, dude. They have to pay the rent for sure every month, and every month that they're closed, every day that they're closed is costing them a shitload of money. So I don't even think it's anxious. I think it's like, fuck, we better hurry the fuck up or else we're wasting the whole 40K on rent.
Well, the problem is he updated his blog and said that most of the delays is because he's waiting for people to deliver. And they've been, kind of slacking on that.
Well, whatever the details are, I can understand why he's in a hurry because
Yeah.
he's wasting money. Money is just being flushed down the toilet every day that he's closed. So obviously he wants to open back up, and I can't wait. I've been fucking dying, dude. I can't wait. I haven't been playing Tekken online, and I feel just like I've been cured of a terminal illness, and I really want to play Tekken. It's just because of that. And the other day I played you, Ricky, and I had so much fun. I just had a blast. I don't know about you. You kind of had a frown on your face, but
That was fun.
yeah, I had a good time, and it was something that I hadn't done in a really long time. So I'm amped up. I can't wait for Wednesday Night Fights next week. I'm super excited about that. But yeah, the PC idea sounds funky, but I agree. It's a cool experiment, and I don't really want to say I hope it works out, or I don't really give a fuck how it works out. But I think the future and the data that we collect in terms of what sucks about it and what's good about it is going to be very cool and interesting. This is like evolving. Things are evolving, Maybe more money will be involved in the future. That's a good idea. Alienware is a big deal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
they're pretty much like the known like gaming computer. So, right there, it's like you're already getting a big name to help you out. I think. I'm honestly like very optimistic about this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
I hope so too. That's what I'm basically I hope so. That it's going to be good for everyone if it works. I just hope it works. And there are so many obstacles that seem to be in the way that I wouldn't put my money on it. But I do hope it works. I mean, think about it. If, let's say, Tekken 7 comes out, or even Street Fighter 4, if Alienware's involvement is really successful, then who knows, Sound Blaster or fucking Logitech. I mean, you might see other companies sponsoring players, you know, and they're companies that would not give a fuck about these guys if it were on console, because they're like, you know, Sound Blaster has nothing to do with a console. So this is a cool idea, you know. This is a cool idea. It's just a matter of how it really pans out in the end. And those of you who think perhaps that it doesn't apply, if this really gets going, it really could be a factor in terms of the Tekken scene. You know, Tekken is going to naturally follow what's dope, you know, to try and be dope. So we'll see. It's all a matter of how things work out in the future.
Yeah, it'd be
Are you
really cool if
twisting your own
Nvidia
nipples,
sponsors
Bill?
the player.
Oh,
What's
okay.
up?
It just looked like you were twisting both of your own nipples right there, and I was thinking, whoa, anxious city, huh? Okay, like I can't
Man, you really wanted to be on this show, huh?
Just readjusting my Nvidia shirt, you know.
Cool. I don't recognize it. It doesn't look like what you're saying it is. But
Right.
Anyway, anything else to talk about in terms of that topic before we move on? Sounds good. Okay. Next thing, Strong Style. I want to talk about it every week until it arrives. I think it's written right there. September 27th through 28th, Strong Style in San Mateo, California, shaping up to be quite an event. Shitloads of players have been confirmed. International smorgasbord is basically what we're dealing with here. The latest news I've heard is that they actually 100% confirmed what Bronson called a Korean player. Do we know who this player is?
He
I
never
guess it's
said, but we can assume it's Saint.
So he did say they're trying to get Saint out here. That Saint wants to come. Those of you who don't know, Saint is the world champion of Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and he plays Bob and Ganryu. So he did confirm a Korean player is coming. We don't know who it is, but probably it's Saint. And if you add Saint's name to the already ridiculously stacked list of people, Nobi, you, fucking Book, all kinds of Italians, Harry Potter, Malekith. I don't even know half of these people. I've never heard of 10 of them. You know, it's like, it's getting crazy. You know, this tournament is becoming something out of control. I've already got my shit ready to go. We got the hotel planned. We got the car ready to go. Did you guys settle your arrangements, or is it happening, or what?
I
I'm
got my
saying
arrangements there.
shit.
Nice. You didn't do shit, Ricky?
I mean, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm just gonna stay somewhere. I'm gonna drive somehow, and then
Hey, drive. I
be
thought you were
alright.
flying.
Yeah, you're not flying?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Sweet. Tight.
I got the day. I got one day off, so I'm good. That's all I need. I'll
I
figure
can't
it out when
I
get
can't
there.
wait. My big excitements right now are the Dark Souls 2 DLC, the second one, Wednesday Night Fights next week, and Strong Style. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's like what I'm waiting for, you know? So
I'm looking forward to getting this stupid Bob Infinite down, and then hopefully beating the shit out of everybody I play with it, which means I'm gonna get Infinite to death.
I'm looking forward to the Tekken 2 movie, August 21st. It's gonna be great.
No one's
I
listening.
feel
Theaters.
like that movie is directed by you. It might as well be. Directed by Beal.
It stars a guy
Kazuya's
named
Revenge.
Rip.
What's that?
It has a character in the movie called Rip.
Yeah, I'm sure he's great. Fantastic character.
It's gonna be the best.
All right. So what else do we got here, Beal? You're always the good one about other shit to talk about. Anything else going on in the world?
Shoot.
You blew it, man.
Yeah.
But we brought you on the show for one reason.
And you
I'll
blew
start.
it.
You covered all the points that I was gonna cover already.
All right. Well, you don't have to panic, man.
Sound like you're a panic attack.
And according to chat, according to iPhantom, he said that Bronson did say it was going to be Saint.
Excellent.
I don't know if
Thanks
that's
for
actually
that,
confirmed or not, though.
Confirmation. Probably not the best source in the world, but still, solid source. If it's gonna be Saint, that's gonna be too good. I mean, I would have, if I could pick one out of the Cosmos, I would have picked Only Practice. That's who I would want to see there. But Saint is really good too. He's a really cool guy. I got to hang out with him. His English is not so good, but he's got a really good attitude and he's really fun. You know, he's a really fun guy to hang out with. So I'm amped up. And he plays a weird team. Bob is super cheap, and if he does that Infinite, it will be so tight. I don't know if he will. They're very like realistic, those Korean guys are very realistic in their choices on stuff to do. So I don't know.
Yeah, you know the funny thing too is that I remember watching Saint videos like for a while, like mainly before and after he went to MLG in Texas,
Hmm.
and I could just tell like that trip he took to Texas affected him because
Changed him.
because I remember seeing him on stream with like a Texas shirt or something,
Hmm.
and his name was like Dallas Buyers Club or something,
Yeah.
and like House of Goons, everything was like real. I'm like, man, that guy really loved his time here.
Dude, we had so much fun. I mean, it was shout outs to Kof Tekken. It was me, KOF Tekken, and the 3 Koreans in the back seat. And it was just, I had so much fun. These guys were like, their personalities were so different. It was like the 3 Korean stooges. We had like, in the back there was JDCR, who was like super dry but speaks English. And then we got Saint, who's he's kind of like a chameleon. If he's around Help Me, he'll act super gay and jump around and just be super cool. But if he's around JDCR, he's also like super dry, doesn't say shit. And then you got Help Me. This guy is just, it feels like he's on cocaine all the time. Super excited, just like really flamboyant, cool guy. All of them were awesome to hang out with. So, I can imagine. Plus, with Eddie Pistons and JOP and all those guys talking shit, I can imagine why Saint wants to come back. I hope he's not disappointed, because the House of Goons is hard to replicate. Maybe he's thinking that's what type of experience he's in for.
Yeah, I don't think the House of Trans is gonna
Yeah.
live up to the House of Goons.
The House of Trans does not sound good. It sounds like a pho restaurant that has really bad service. The House of Trans. I don't like it. Or maybe it's a place that I might want to visit sometime. Anyway, moving on. So, we covered Strong Style. We covered all that other shit. I can't really quite think of anything else that's really pertinent other than I'm really amped up to play. I really want to play. That's all that's on my mind lately. I really want to play Tekken against humans. So we'll see about that. I should have an Ethernet cable connected to my PlayStation soon, internet. So I really don't want to play online.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
I really don't want to. It's really changed my thought of the game. It's amazing to me. I gotta tell you, and I'm telling all you guys on the internet too. This concept. I mean, I played online a lot for my stream, right? In Tekken 6, I never fucking touched that shit. I never, ever. The first time I played online literally was on the Bogus Journeys shit I did with Rip. So this time around, I really, really played it a lot online, and I fucking hated it. Tekken 6, I hella loved that game, and I never played it online. Now I stopped playing online. I'm starting to really, really get into Tekken Tag 2. So maybe I should have never even fucking touched online. That's the conclusion I'm coming to, because, man, online really blew it for me. It really blew it. It's like it's a toma. I hate that shit. I fucking hate, just thinking about it's getting me all riled up. I get all pissed off. Oh. Anyway, so.
Anyway, speaking of games you're looking forward to, what do you think about that new Mortal Kombat 10 footage of Kano?
Oh, yeah. That was one of the other things we were going to talk about. You know what? That's less interesting to me than the concept that I heard of. I'm not sure about this, and maybe the chat can, verify this. But I heard that in Mortal Kombat 10, you're going to be able to switch your variations between rounds.
What?
Did you guys hear about this?
I barely keep up with Mortal Kombat 10 news. You guys are the ones that keep me in touch.
Yeah,
It wasn't in the preview build, so this would be something new.
I heard that is the way they're designing it. That you can switch your groove or your variation between rounds. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about that. That is a crazy decision.
That sounds pretty crazy in my
Yeah,
opinion. Just
right?
because, like, if both people can do it, then it's almost a new match, like a blind pick match every
Yeah.
round, and
It's like a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
Round's over. Is he gonna, it's like a mind game right there. Okay, is he gonna switch to fucking teleport Raiden, or is he gonna be trap Raiden? And you just decide? I don't know. That might add a level of depth to the game that is unneeded.
I mean, it doesn't sound right. It sounds like if you switch, your groove or whatever, it's gonna add load time between rounds.
I
That's
don't think
that
that
moveset.
that's going to be a problem. I mean, think about it. In Tekken, you can switch your character by holding the tag button. Maybe it'll load all the variations at the beginning of the round, and they're all there, and you could just switch between them. You know, that's not a hindrance to me of this concept. And I don't know if this is true. I just heard that this was true. So I don't know. Maybe the chat has up to date info on that, but sounds a little bit.
The entire chat has said never heard it.
Okay. I don't know. I hope it's not true, to be honest. It seems like artificial depth. It immediately reminded me of the combo breaker and wager system in Injustice. Like, sure, it adds depth and mind games, but why do you need to add that type of depth and mind games? Like a
Yeah.
quick time event in between the match that, I got to push A and B at the right moment to, finish. That kind of depth is like you're really trying to fucking milk the depth out of everything. Where's the udders at? Let me milk the depth out of these titties. It's just not a smart idea to me. It's excess to me. But I don't know. Maybe it will pan out in a good way, and maybe it's not even true. So we'll see about that. I'll get more info on that. We'll cover it again next week. All right, Kano. I like the idea. I played Kano. Charles, my roommate, played Kano as a main in MK9. He looks cool, but at this point, character reveal trailers mean nothing to me. I want to play the game. I want to try it out. And anything I have to say about it would totally be speculation. I have to feel how the game works and understand how it works before I can really sink my teeth into concepts. And since I haven't been able to play it, I wasn't at E3, I haven't been able to play it, I have very little to say. He looks cool. I like that he blows a hole through what's-her-name's face, and, it looks tight. Oh, his X-ray looks fucked up. Have you guys seen his X-ray?
I just saw the GIF.
Dude,
Someone
he
just linked
fucking
it.
pulls a knife out and just, boom, opens that shit. Gaping demon. It's crazy, dude. I don't even know. I'm concerned with what's left to see in that game. That game looks brutal, so
Yeah, it's
I'm
a little bit. It's almost getting to the point where it's like, wow, it's getting a little bit too nutty.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and I don't agree. I want that shit to be gross. I want my opponent to fucking vomit everywhere when I do
On
an
your leg?
X-ray. Throw up, yeah. And then if you throw up and the barf touches, Q. Those are the new MK10 rules. Vomit contact, auto DQ. I'm gonna take that, even if it's one corn off the cob. If it touches me, DQ'd. I'm taking it.
Dang, what if it's Borai Cho with his vomit move?
Who knows? Yeah, they should bring that character back. Boraicho. This is going to be tight. I can't wait for that shit. Mortal Kombat 10 and Tekken 7. Those are what I'm looking for too. And Strong Style, Dark Souls. You guys get the point. I'm amped up. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we start calling some bitches? I got my bitch calling ready to go.
We're gonna talk about how Unio got really popular as like a more simplified version of an anime game. It's more like Street Fighter, but a lot of people are really liking it.
Is that true? It doesn't look very cool to me, but
It looks like a PS2 game to me.
a not
Right.
popular anime, right? Like one that's been out that I just didn't know about.
But I mean, the game it's getting good numbers at all the tournaments and
Is
stuff.
that
so-
right?
Oh, I mean, but to me, it's the initial boom. Like Persona 4 got a huge numbers at Super Arcade when they first had it, and then didn't really hold up. So I'm not saying that the game is bad because I haven't played it, and I like playing any fighting game, so I'll try it if I ever could get my hands on it. But I don't know. I'm always just waiting to see how the game pans out. But I mean, to me, it sounds like a lot of people, like just from like all parts of like just whatever community they're from, their main game, like whoever played it, all really enjoy it. So
Yeah, I've heard good things from everyone. Lots of people, but all the people that I've heard good things from, like Arturo or whoever's playing it, I feel like these people are also open-minded to anime games in the first place. And though I do like Guilty Gear, I played Guilty Gear, and I also played Blaze Blue when it first came out. The first version of Blaze Blue, I played that too. I don't know, there's just something about it that it's not appealing to me. I watched it, doesn't look appealing to me. I would try it, but I'm definitely not going to pay $40 for that shit. Most certainly not.
Yeah, most people are just sharing it.
What-
yeah,
Yeah.
you want to share it, dude? Pay me $20. I'll pay $20. We'll both play it.
$20 is too much. $20 is too much, especially
Deal.
considering I'm gonna fucking try it once.
I know. Donation drive, people.
No, it's not worth it. No, I don't even think it's worth it.
Well, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was Yatagarasu. That's the other game that people are playing. It's the one that looks like Dirt Strike by some indie devs that uses a GGPO as well for online play.
Really? This is a fighting game?
Yeah,
What's it called? Amaterasu?
Yatagarasu.
Amaterasu, huh? Cool. All right. Does it have a bunch
And
of dogs and shit in it?
probably a lot of barking, but yeah, the Valle was actually streaming that earlier, so I'm expecting that to be at Wednesday Night Fights as well.
Oh, you think they got their fingers in there, huh?
Right in there.
Wow.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, they're
it's
talking about
possible.
bringing the I don't even know what to call the game. Unil,
Yeah,
whatever that.
what is the name? Uniel?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Under Night in.
Shaquille Uniel? I like it. I'll give it up, Beal. I like it. Shaquille Uniel.
I mean, he stole that from a picture on the internet.
Ah, Beal trying to take credit for shit that I haven't seen, huh? Classic Beal. All right.
But I
Let's
mean,
see
they're
what
talking
kind of
about bringing
fights
that game to the run back. So, and I think that would get good numbers for a couple weeks. It's always one of those things where it's like you got to see how the new game holds up. So
Yeah,
that's all I'm waiting for.
I hate to be one of those when's Marvel kind of guys, but I tuned in for Big Two the other day, and they were playing Shaquille Uniel, and I was like, thumbs down, I'm out of here. I was like, what's up, Art? Yep, see you later. I'm out of here. I don't know, it just is not that interesting to me. And then, it always brings out the new faces, and you wonder who is this jabroni. Like, obviously, he doesn't play anything else I've ever heard of because I've never seen him on stream, so who is this guy? Is he good? I don't even have time for that kind of shit. I just wait for the dope shit. Samford versus what's his name? What's his name?
Rico
Suave.
Suave.
Yeah, Suave. I like to see that shit. That's tight.
Well, I mean that's the thing about building a new community. You have to build the personalities and
Yeah, of course.
so you have to give it. People have to give it a shot. I mean, for me, like I watched it just because it's a new game and I like watching any new fighting game really. So I give it a shot. It looks interesting. It's hard for me to really accept that it's a next generation fighting game though, because the just graphics
aesthetically.
wise, yeah, it looks like Melty Blood, which was like on PC in like 2005. So it's like it's not really all that great in terms of graphics. Gameplay wise, it looks kind of cool though. So not
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know. It just didn't grab me. It didn't grab me. That's just how I feel about it. And I am pretty open-minded about fighting games. It's just that I have to like what I'm looking at. Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, when I first saw those games, there was something about them that made me want to at least try them, at least buy it and play it. But this game doesn't have that kind of draw to me. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table, and that's why I feel like I'm not that interested in it. But that could change. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people will like it. Maybe I'll get my hands on it for cheap, or I'll share it with 4 people. And how does that sharing work? How many times can you split it?
Beal.
I think you can only split with 2 people.
Only?
I
That's a
think
bummer.
so, but I can look it up later.
Yeah, maybe if it gets a price drop and it's like at $20, I'll split it with someone for $20.
Well, this is still the Asian version, so they still haven't released the American version yet.
Has it
There
been
might be a sale when
confirmed?
they release that.
Has it been confirmed?
Yeah, but they're releasing the American version way later.
Oh,
That's
So
pretty
when
fast.
everyone gets when hopefully everyone gets uninterested.
yeah. Sounds like a good strategy. Anyway, okay. Do we have any bitch callings?
Wanna start, Ricky?
Sure.
You gotta do it from the heart, man.
None of these are from the heart.
They should be.
I have no hate, dude. I only like people.
You don't have to hate someone to call them a bitch. I call you a bitch all the time.
Yeah, but that's not from the heart. You
Yeah,
don't
it's
even have
easy.
a heart, dude.
It's from the heart. You're a bitch.
You know.
And I do have a heart. I keep
Well,
it in my
I guess mine would be speed kicks.
Okay. Okay.
And the only reason why is because I think he's going to go to San Diego this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, so he's going to be in town.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to play at Ogre's. I think Ogre's going to have a, $10 tournament or something. As far as I heard from Run It Black.
Okay.
So, because of that, it's like making me think like, man, I should really spend my money and drive down there and play just because I want to play Tekken and Speed Kicks is in town, and I know he's good, so maybe I'll go down there and play. So
This
the
weekend?
fact that yeah, so the fact that he's making me think about driving somewhere really far to play Tekken makes me angry.
Me too. Me too.
Oh man.
Me too.
So
Hey,
that-
take me with you. Are you taking your Prelude?
Dude, you are not fitting in my Prelude.
Why not? I would fit in there perfectly, like a glove. I would
Oh.
let me drive that thing. I'll fucking Tokyo drift that shit 180 degrees.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Well, all right, but I'm telling you, I could do that, man. I got the. Dale
I'm sure you.
Earnhardt
I'm
Jr.
sure you could.
E-brake.
The Dale Earnhardt dude. I'm pretty sure that guy died.
Junior, idiot.
I
Seniors
didn't hear
are-
that part.
juniors are-
Get it together.
All right.
Anyway, did you
And-
hear
and-
about that other guy that ran over?
Yeah, Kevin
Oh, yeah,
Ward
yeah.
got ran over.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was super rough, and I heard I don't really follow racing, but I heard the guy who ran him over has like a history of being a dick and like doing shit like that. So people are saying he did it on purpose.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like I think what people are saying in terms of like just actual people that are like into that kind of rednecky shit is like how driver
Rednecky shit. Go on.
how drivers have like this machismo about them. If they
Right.
get pissed, they're allowed to get out of the car, and like swing at the the car that pisses them off. So it's like I think they both kind of got in their machismo mode, and one guy got ran over for it.
Dude.
Well, one
I
guy
mean,
ran in the middle of the track.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that, man. What are you doing, dude? I mean, haven't you watched fucking Wile E. Coyote? He gets owned every time. Oh, it was a tragic mistake. Why would you do that? And then the mistake on the other guy. What's the other guy's name?
Tony Stewart.
Einhauser? What's his name?
Not even close.
Stewart
Tony
is a-
Stewart, dude.
Stewart.
driver.
That's it.
Would you call him Clownhauser?
No, Tony Clownhauser. I don't know. Either way, man, this week's been fucking weird. But those of you who are wondering, big, huge shout outs to Charo next door because this guy performed open heart surgery on my computer and replaced the old CPU fan, which was like this tiny little bitch fan. And he put on this beast. We had to remove the RAM and all this shit so this monster could fit into my PC case. We didn't even know if it would fit. It's so big. And now the temperatures of everything is perfect. I could stream. I could turn the heater on in the middle of the summer. And this bad boy's on it, dude. So big thanks to Charo. This guy really hooked it up. I helped a little bit, but mostly he was on point with that. So big thanks to him. I forgot about what the bitch call. Oh yeah, Beal, do you have a bitch calling?
I got a couple of that's fine.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Well, first off, I want to call out the terrible people, a couple of terrible people, the St. Louis police force, the
Oh,
mayor
boy.
of Ferguson, and the governor of St. Louis for sending their police force to attack peaceful protesters with tear gas. They're attacking protesters, they're attacking reporters with tear gas, rubber bullets, and and sound waves. Just
Sound
because,
waves?
well,
What the hell does that
they can cause permanent hearing loss, like really loud sound waves.
That
It's like a
sounds
loud ass alarm clock just
No,
piercing.
but it's like their new version of I guess the fire hose.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
these guys are doing this to these people just because they want the name of the police officer who shot and killed an unarmed kid with his hands in the air, saying "Don't shoot." And also Chris G.
I don't have. Hey, you know what? All that stuff that they show on TV, which I don't have TV, so I don't really follow it. Aside,
They don't even show this one on TV, by the way.
What?
But yeah,
which one?
the Ferguson thing, the St. Louis one, like
They
it's
don't show
pretty,
that on TV.
I mean, it's just getting.
They
news
barely
now.
show it. The most news you can get on this is on Twitter. Really.
Well, it just seems like it's all over the place, and even though it's sad when people die and stuff, my opinion of it is that I like to be consistent, and it feels like there's a lot of tragedy going on everywhere. So, I just think I don't like it. I don't like hearing about it.
But yeah, let me finish with Chris G for
Of
saying
course.
he lost all respect for Robin Williams right after he died. What kind of scumbag says that kind of
Oh,
thing?
boy. Jesus, what is this drama street? Who gives a shit about these things?
I just
don't
want to
give
say
a
fuck
shit.
that guy. That's all I just want to say.
I want to make it clear, internet. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. If he doesn't want to respect that guy, whatever. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Dude, he was the genie. The genie and Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't care what other people think. Maybe some people really didn't like Mrs. Doubtfire. Maybe some people are scum. But I liked it, and that's all that matters to me. Other people don't like other shit. They don't have to like it. This is what I was talking about earlier. You know, I don't even have an opinion on this shit. I don't even want to touch it. I'm gonna move on with my bitch calling. I don't like either of your bitch callings. They were both shitty. Here's my bitch calling.
You don't like mine?
What was yours again? I forgot already.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, it must have not been memorable. That's for sure.
Beal's a bitch for getting all political on
Yeah,
this,
really,
on this
man.
funny
Keep
show.
that shit to yourself, dude. I don't have TV or the news for a reason, man. I don't want to hear about this shit. I want to be positive. You know, I want to hear about good things, you know? Fuck. All the bad news comes out of Twitter. I'm going to stop using Twitter. That's the problem.
Damn, you are gonna lose contact with everybody.
Fuck it, dude. It's over. I'm just going to start pissing in bottles and building bombs and shit in my own house. Like, fuck TV, fuck commercials, fuck all that shit. Twitter, I'm out of here. But my bitch calling is NYC Fab. I gotta do it. The other day, this guy was playing on his stream. His stream, I believe, is NYC Fab on Twitch TV, so you guys should check him out. He plays Tekken, he plays a bunch of other shit. But I was watching this guy stream what is this game called? It's Silent Hill Poseidon's Tide? What's it called?
I kept reading it as part-time because I don't know. They just call it PT. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Poseidon's Tide.
Personal trainer.
So I had never seen this game, and I heard about it, and I thought it was exciting. So I was like, okay, let me check this out. I like scary games. I start watching him play it, and the first thing I thought was, wow, this looks really cool. It looks really immersive. The graphics look quite impressive, and I was into it. Then I continued to watch NYC Fab play this game just like a bitch for 2 fucking hours trying to figure this shit out. And it's not that he couldn't figure it out, it's that he was such a pussy. Every time the noise started and he saw the ghost, he was like, yo, she be twerking? I'm out of here. And I was like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna leave and just do the same thing over and over? What's she gonna do to you? She's not gonna jump out of the fucking game and hurt you. Just explore, you know? And I was getting so frustrated that it made me not even want to play Poseidon's Tide. So I don't know if it's the demo's problem or if it's his problem, but I really think that guy blew that demo for me. I'm not even interested in it anymore. That shit sucks. The way he was playing, he's like, I'm out of here. I'm going through this door. He opens the door. It's the same fucking room he was just in. He does the same shit he just did. He hears the noise like, oh, I'm out of here. I don't want to get spooked. And I was like, oh, God. Eventually, I was in the chat like, don't you dare fucking go through that door. And he was like, all right. And he didn't even nothing happens. The chat told me you never die. Nothing ever fucking happens. So why? Anyway, he's my bitch calling.
Don't forget that he paused every 10 seconds.
Pausing? I mean, what are you scared of? Anyway, internet, check out his stream. He streams pretty frequently these days. I think it's Twitch TV /NYC_Fab or something like that. I'll leave it to the chat for you guys to put the link in there for people to visit his stream. You guys go ahead and plug your shit. Beal, you go ahead first.
Oh, actually, he's live right now. But anyways,
there you go. He's streaming right now, probably making some other game look shitty. Oh, I was so pissed. It was incredible. It was incredible. I couldn't believe it. He kept on escaping anytime things got even remotely rough. It's a video game. It's not real. You know? Out of control. Go ahead, Beal.
All right, be sure to follow me on twitter.com/BLBO for the latest Beal deals, getting you free stuff or cheap stuff. And be sure to follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/BLBO as well for random games.
Cool. Are you doing one today after the show?
I'll try to. I need to set up a bit first after this.
Excellent. So you guys make sure you check that out. Link in the chat room. Ricky, go ahead.
Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at RickSteezy with 3 E's. My channel's always getting muted, so that's always cool. I haven't played Tekken since my last stream because that online session was really frustrating. Man. So
that shit
I don't know if I'll play online in a while, but yeah, just follow me anyways on my stream. Who knows?
Dude, if I'm streaming Tekken, it's just practice mode. I'm just chilling in practice mode. I'm doing what I would be at home anyway, but I'm joined by the chat, which is always cool. I'm done with it. As of right now, I don't want to play online anymore. I don't want to do it. That shit makes me hate that game. It makes me
And my
hate
Twitch is not Rick Steezy with 3 E's.
It's
With
not? How many
freeze.
E's do you have on Twitch?
No, someone put that entire sentence. Rick Steezy with 3 E's.
Oh,
That's not my channel name. It's just Rick Steezy.
cool.
You just have to stretch the E to 3.
Good old Lampard.
Dope.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to say before we go is since Wednesday Night Fights is going to be at Super Arcade next week, chances are that Vietnam Tom will be streaming it from Super Arcade next week. So keep your eyes on the SoCal Tekken Twitch page, and I'll remind everyone again soon. I don't know, maybe I'll make a post or something on Flying Wonky's website, but yeah, keep an eye on that because Wednesday Night Fights is going to return. It's not going to be some bootlegged shit, you know, in Vietnam Tom's garage. It's going to be the real deal at Super Arcade. He's probably going to stream it, so make sure you follow that channel and keep your eyes on that because it's been a couple weeks since we've got any, you know, tournament action from SoCal in terms of Tekken Tag 2, so I'm super amped. Anyway, you guys, did we forget anything? I don't think we forgot anything. Oh, hey, is that thing going to be streamed? The thing that Speed Kicks is coming to?
I would assume it's going to be streamed by Ogre. Ogre Cade Manliness of the Grenades or something.
Grenade Manliness?
I don't know. Dude, his name, his streaming name is so long and
He blew
so
it.
complicated.
But, yeah, you guys, if you're interested in seeing Speed Kicks play against the guys from San Diego, make sure you keep an eye on Ogre's channel. I think it's Ogre Grenade of Manliness. But yeah, check that out. It's going to be definitely interesting. I think Speed Kicks is one of the most talented players in the country, and his play style is very unique and fun to watch. So, and he's like a genius, boy genius. So I would definitely check it out if you have the opportunity. Other than that,
Oh, hold on. Avery said it's going to be on Kane's stream.
oh, okay,
Hey,
Derek's
put it
going to
on.
stream it?
Twitches.tv/hello Mr. Brahms. Whatever the hell that means.
Okay, there you go. There's the link in the chat room. Keep your eyes on that. We're basically out of here, Internet. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.